Hello listeners, and thanks for tuning in to Buffalo Lab Radio Free. Hello listeners, and thanks for tuning in to Buffalo Lab Radio Free. I'm your host, Eunice Randall, and I am on my way to San Francisco. Broadcasting from San Francisco. Fun things to do in San Francisco. Unfortunately, the Exploratorium wasn't open today because they have their members gala tonight, but Maker Week is going on and there's activities happening all over the city. MakerCon has already been going on all week. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get here early enough to attend that. They've had some great talks going on by people like Dale Doherty of Maker Media Inc., Eric Pan of Seed Studio, and Mark Hatch of Techshop, among lots of other people. This is also the Thursday of Maker Week, so there's lots of events going on all over San Francisco tonight with groups like Noisebridge, Inventables, Instructables and Autodesk, Kickstarter, and Techshop again. So we're going to be going around the city trying to make it to as many of those events as we can tonight. So we're here at Techshop San Francisco. They're having an open house tonight before Maker Faire. This was the second Techshop location that was built, and it's the biggest one. They have about 2,000 members, which is amazing, and so we're going to walk through and see what kind of equipment they have.
Which was designed by Twin Cities Maker out of Minnesota. The design was the winner of Make Magazine's Ultimate Vehicle Maker Challenge. It's basically a fabrications workshop on wheels. Got the capability to do metalworking, woodworking, and 3D printing. It was commissioned by Ford and built by CGS Motorsports.
Noisebridge is this really big hacker space in San Francisco, which I've been aware about because my friend Mitch Altman, this is his home hacker space, and they have a really amazing space and a really incredible library, and we were lucky enough to be able to check it out and hang out with some of the people here. Where they have the Autodesk workshop where they host Instructables, and Instructables tonight is having an open house party, so we're going to check out the party, hopefully get a tour of their equipment, and see who we run into there. Advice to people that are just getting started with the maker community, either because they're like young kids or because they're new to the movement. What would that advice be for them?
Get a subscription to Make Magazine. Good step one. Visit a Radio Shack. Get an Arduino board. Find a local library or makerspace or hackerspace that has a 3D printer. So once you play with a 3D printer, you're kind of addicted to making. That's a kind of good on-ramp, and then from there, you'll pick and choose what kind of areas you're interested in.
Right. I love the Maker Manifesto. It's one of my favorite books. I really appreciate you coming on the show to talk to
Sure.
me.
So there are a couple of other books you want to read besides mine. David Lang's book, Zero to Maker, was phenomenal, and it tracks his experience coming into the maker movement, not knowing how to make anything. I mean, he literally, the first time I met him, he says, Mark, the best thing I've ever made is a really good email. and now I want to become a maker. And over a period of about 15 to 20 weeks, he took 20 classes and became a maker. He now owns Open ROV, the underwater robot company.
Awesome.
So yeah, he went from not knowing how to make anything to owning robots. So he wrote a book about that experience called Zero Maker. And then, this is kind of funny, there are two books out there kind of called Maker. One is, of course, by Chris Anderson, which is about the Industrial Revolution, and the other one is by Cory Doctorow. And they're really different books, but I recommend choosing one and reading it. One's a science fiction book. Cory Doctorow is just this amazing writer, and so he wrote a really early rendition of what it might be like to be makers.
Yeah, I read Maker.
Yes, yeah, it's pretty well. The ending is kind of weird, so you just got to get ready for that.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate
Absolutely.
it. It was great to meet you.
I appreciate it. Do I get a hug?
Yeah.
All right.
Millions and billions and trillions of stars, but I'm down here low. Nothing. Millions and billions and trillions of stars, but I'm down here low.
End of the trail.
That looks desolate.